programang Special Opinion Balita at iba pa ay tumatalakay sa mga isyu pang kasalukuyan at napapanahon. Mapapolitika, mapaopinyon, mapakomentaryo at balita, ang programa ito ay patas sa lahat. Walang kinikilingan, walang kinakampihan, at walang pinapanigan ang programa ito. Ang programa ito ay public service sa kahanginan at trabaho lamang.
Female voice, male voice, lolly voice, monster voice.
Okay. Sana po ang time check natin, no? Nagbarala muna natin kagad, ah. Ayan. Sige po, sandali lang. Hindi pa pumasukin, no? Iba pa. Magbasa muna tayo ng ating okay. Time check natin sa gabing ito. 32 minutos pasado alas 7. Okay, 4 po ng Nobyembre. Bukas na po ang election sa Amerika. Okay, gabi po ng Lunes ang programa natin ngayon, mga kababayan, no? Okay, magandang gabi. Good evening. Sa mga minority, kapwa ko kawawa, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, no? Okay. So, former naman pumasok ang consolidated news natin. Upuan natin, no? Okay. Sa gabing ito, okay, magmula po sa kanyang tahanan, studio po ng ADLSN TV News Online, okay, sa mahigit isang dekada, okay, na mayagpag po sa pagbabalita, no? Ayan. Okay, sa kanyang programa pa rin, halo-halo special opinion balita, diba pa? Mahigit isang dekada na. Okay, at saka itong pag-serbisyo publiko tinig ng mamamayan, na. Ayan. At saka mga ugnayan natin sa mamamayan, yung magbigay po ng mga information sa atin. And then after that, sinusuklian naman natin pag aruga. Okay, pamagitan po ng information, na. Okay, ang gabing ito ay ang unang balita natin. Bago ko magbalitang hangin, tutol po si tumulong po sa Bangsamoro government, na. Itong si Senator Miguel Mig Subirin ng Bukidnon. Tutol po palawigin po ang termino po ng itong Farm Government Transition Authority. Ako nga ay tutol na po, mga suki, no? Sa totoo lang, talagang tutol ako, mga suki. Okay, malakas po paglabi natin panahon po ni Tatay Digong. Okay, paano po mapirmahan itong kasunduan nito, mga kababayan, no? Pagka na-witness nyo naman sa mga programa ko, okay, galing po sa doon ako sa General Santos, no? Okay. Malakas po ang paglabi ko, sa totoo lang, dito sa peace accord. Okay, yung puntos ginawa po ng usapang pagkapayapaan, no? Okay, yung pagpirma doon ako malakas po mag-lobby, okay, kay Tatay Digong, no? Okay. So, tama na. Tama po si Mig Subiri. Okay, tama na. Huwag na i-extend po mga suki, no? Kasi itong mga LBO, okay, mag-lobby. Okay, para extend po yung tinatawag kay civil society, no? Okay, civil society naman na tayo. Kung matagal na ako sa civil society, okay, sa Golden Crescent, at saka itong Pasambuanga mga suki, no? Ayan, matagal ako dyan. Okay, parehas naman tayo sa civil society mga suki, no? Okay. Tawa ko ng civil society, no? So basahin na lang natin, makaupo ako para maganda ang pagbasa natin. Okay, si Senator Miguel Mig Subiri tutol sa postponement ng parliamentary election sa BARM. Okay. So yan po. Okay, dapat matuloy lahat tayo mga constituent po ng BARM. Okay, manawagan tayo matuloy na po ang election, no? Dapat matuloy ang kauna-unahang parliamentary election, okay, sa BARM. Ito ang sinabi po ni dating Senate President Juan Miguel Mig Subiri, okay, gentleman from Bukidnon mga suki, no? Kasunod ng panukalang ihahain, okay, ng Senado na humiling sa extension, okay, ng Bangsamoro Transition Authority, anya ito ay labag, okay, sa batas kung magkaroon pa ng isa pang extension ng Bangsamoro Transition Authority, no? So bantayan natin ang Senado, no? Sa pamumuno po ni Senator Chis Escudero, bantayan natin ng husto ng sarado mga suki ang Senado, no? Hindi ako titigil dito po sa programa. Okay, kung ano po plano nila, itong nila Senate President Mig Subiri, no? Support ako dito po kay Mig Subiri mga suki, no? Okay, binigyan din ni Subiri na malinaw, okay, sa batas ng Republika ng Pilipinas na kinakailangan, okay, sa gawa ang parliamentary election kasabay ng local at national election. Sa midterm ito mga suki, no? Okay, para may sabay. Dapat din anyang, okay, pakinggan at pahalagahan, okay, pahalagahan ang boses ng nakararami tayo, ilan po lang yung United Bangsamoro Justice Party, mga 40 mahigit lang, okay, 40,000, tayo milyones po ang tutol po sa magkaroon po ng extension pa. Tayo ang nakakarami po ng itong mga constituent mga suki, no? Okay, na mas gusto ay magkaroon ng election, okay, sa susunod ng taon. Marami nakahanda kanina, okay, marami po nag-file na po ng certificate of candidacy ng mga MPs dito sa Basilan mga suki, no? Okay, so kaya tinutulan natin kasi maraming na maghanda, okay, sa halalang ito para sa first parliamentary election mga suki, no? Hindi na po pwede magkaroon pa ng extension. Ayan, una nang sinabi ni Senator Chis Escudero na may malawak na implication, ang ah, ah, kamakailang, okay, pag ka-off, okay, out ng sulu sa barm na siyang malalim, okay, na dahilan upang magkaroon po ng postponement, okay, sa kauna-unahang parliamentary election sa rehiyon, mga suki, no? Kung meron pa ay ako suggestion ko, no, kung gusto pa bumalik po ang itong ang hulusulu, no, sa BARM, pero after election na lang, mga suki, no? Okay, kung sino man ang bagong leader po ng Bangsamoro Transition Authority after midterm election, okay, doon po ay dapat mag-petition po itong mga taga-hulu kung gusto sila bumalik sa BARM, no? Yung bagong composition po ng ay itong BARM government po after meron silang mandato elected by the people, okay, for the people, mga suki, no? Ayan. Kailangan may mandato kasi. Okay, kung maaari lang, dapat lang magkaroon po ng makasabay po mag-election ng hulusulu, no? Yung 8 representante nila, mga MPs, mga district MPs, dapat yun lang ang dapat tatayusin ng Senado, mga suki, no? Kasi may lugar pa, okay, may time pa, okay, para ayusin po, no? Kasi ilang buwan na, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, mahaba-haba pa. Meron pang 7 buwan, mga suki, no? Kung talagang tutukan ng Senado ay kayang-kaya pa maayos yan. Okay. Wala nang rason po na kailangan pa magkaroon ng extension, okay, itong BARM Transition Authority, no? Okay, napapagbigyan na. Okay, parang term na ng presidente pang 6 na taon. Okay, kung wala na kumpleto ay hindi na po kasalanan ng mga konstituente ng BARM. Okay, kasalanan na po ng mga opisyal po ng dyan umupo po sa BTA, mga suki, no? Bangsamoro Transition Authority. Hindi na kasalanan natin mga mamamayan, okay, ng BARM, mga suki, no? Okay, so yun na nga sinabi ko kanina. Okay, ay marami na po mag-file, okay, ng MPs, mga district representative, mga suki. Pati si yung Hayatul Ulama ng Secretary General, si Ustad Gumander, okay, ng distrito po ng Maguindanao Norte, no? Okay, so yun na lang masasabi ko, mga suki, no? Hindi na extend. Wala na. Okay. Mahabang panahon na po sinuportahan pamagitan po ng pondo ng Black Grant, kaya gusto natin na mandato na po. Election na talaga, resulta ng election po ang kailangan natin. Pero yung mag-extension, okay, hindi na po, mga suki, na. Ayan. Sige.
Ang programa ng Special Opinion Balita at Iba ay tumatalakay sa mga isu pang kasalukuyan at napapanahon. Mapapolitika, mapaopinyon, mapakomentaryo at balita, ang programa ito ay patas sa lahat. Walang kinikilingan, walang kinakampihan, at walang pinapanigan ang programa ito. Ang programa ito ay public service sa kahanginan at trabaho lamang.
Female voice, male voice, lolly voice, monster voice.
Ito po kay Senator Chis Escudero, no? Ayan. Ayan, sa kanya yan. yung proposal niya pag-extend po ng kwan. Ayan. Kay Chis Escudero yan, no? Paluin pa natin. Ayan. Ayan. Kay Mick Subiri naman, ito pumasukin, no? At saka ito.
Awesome! Awesome! Awesome!
At saka ito. Okay, kay Mick Subiri. Kay Mick Subiri. Okay. Okay. Sige. Kay Mick Subiri, no? Okay, sandali lang. Hanapin natin balitang hangin, no? Ito po mga suki, no? Sa hangin. Ay, mali. Sa hangin po mga suki, no? Okay, pupunta na tayo sa update ng hangin ni Marce. Tropical storm. Okay, Binsing, parang insik, no? Okay, 4 po ng Nobyembre 2024, alas 5 pinalabas nila kanina, no? So, tayo natin ito. Okay, si Marce. Ayan.
Ang programang Special Opinion Balita at iba pa ay tumatalakay sa mga isu pang kasalukuyan at napapanahon. Mapapolitika, mapaopinyon, mapakomentaryo at balita, ang programa ito ay patas sa lahat. Walang kinikilingan, walang kinakampihan, at walang pinapanigan ang programa ito. Ang programa ito ay public service sa kahanginan at trabaho lamang.
40 kilometers silangan ng Birak, Catanduanes. Ito ay nagtataglay ng lakas na hangin na 85 kilometers per hour malapit sa sentro at bugso na aabot sa 105 kilometers per hour. Kumikilo sa direksyong
Okay,
west
nung
northwest
tayo ng
sa bilis na 30 kilometers
mainit na
per hour.
kwan.
Sa kasalukuyan, wala pa namang direktang epekto etong si Bagyong Marce sa kahit na anong parte ng ating bansa, pero yung kanyang trough o extension ay magdadala ng maulap na papawirin at mga kalat-kalat na pag-ulan, pagkidlat at pagkulog sa may mainland Cagayan, Isabela at Bicol.
Pomelo.
Kaya sa mga nasabing lugar, kailangan mag-ingat sa mga banta ng pagbaha o pagguho ng lupa kapag nagkaroon na nga tayo ng mga katamtaman hanggang sa mga malalakas na mga pag-ulan. para naman sa lagay ng panahon sa Metro Manila at nalalabing bahagi ng ating bansa. Mas magandang panahon yung inaasahan natin, though dito sa Batanes at Babuyan Islands, mga tsansa ng mga mahinang pag-ulan ang posible at sa Metro Manila at sa nalalabing bahagi nga ng Kapuluan ay mga tsansa ng mga localized thunderstorms ay posible. Tingnan naman natin yung posible maging track netong si Marce. Ngayon, hanggang bukas, posible ngang tahakin ito yung direksyong west, northwest, bago bumagal at tahakin ang westward na direksyon. Posible nga by tomorrow ito ay isang severe tropical storm at typhoon category by tomorrow evening or Wednesday early morning. Importante rin na pagtuunan natin ng pansin na etong si Marce, yung kanyang bahagyang pagbagal around Wednesday, Thursday as a typhoon. So, as a typhoon, malakas na yung hangin na pwede na itong madala, kaya kailangan mag-ingat lalo na sa mga nasa may northern Luzon area dahil kung matagal na oras as a typhoon itong si Marce, ramdam nga natin yung mga malalakas na hangin at malalakas na mga pag-ulan din. Kaya palagi pa rin tayong mag-antabay sa mga ilalabas na update ng Pag-asa. Posibleng ang landfall nito ay sa may Babuyan Islands or mainland northern Luzon. Pero dahil nga sa high pressure north netong bagyong ito, yung kanyang forecast track ay posibleng bumaba at mapunta sa may Cagayan, Isabela area. Nasa loob pa rin naman ito ng ating area of probability. Rapid intensification, posible pa nga rin. Naasahan naman natin sa mga malalakas na mga pag-ulan, posibleng ma-enhance yung north-easterly wind flow within this week. At also, wala man tayong nakataas na weather advisory for today. Sa mga susunod na araw, posible na nga tayong maglabas ng mga weather advisory. Ito naman, although wala tayong nakataas na signal sa kahit na anong parte ng bansa as of now, asahan naman natin yung mga bugso ng malalakas na hangin ngayong araw sa may Batanes, Cagayan, kabilang ng Babuyan Islands, Isabela, Ilocos Norte, Aurora at ang northern portion ng Quezon. Bukas naman sa may Batanes, Cagayan, kabilang ng Babuyan Islands, sa may Isabela, Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, Aurora, Quezon at Camarines Norte. At by Wednesday, bugso ng mga malalakas na hangin sa may Ilocos Region, Quezon, Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur at Catanduanes. Ang signal number 1, posible tonight or tomorrow early morning sa may area sa mga portions ng Cagayan area. At ang pinakamataas na signal na nakikita natin during the occurrence of Marce ay posibleng umabot ng signal number 4. Para naman sa coastal waters, asahan natin yung up to rough seas, up to 3.5 meters sa seaboard of Batanes. Up to 3 meters naman sa seaboard of Babuyan Islands, Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, Isabela, Northern Aurora at ang eastern seaboard ng mainland Cagayan. Kaya kung maaari yung mga maliliit na sasakyang pandagat, pati na nga rin yung mga motor bangkas, ay huwag munang pumalaot dahil nga magiging maalon ang karagatan. Up to moderate seas naman, up to 2.5 meters sa nalalabing seaboards ng mainland Cagayan, Aurora, northern at eastern seaboard ng Polillo Islands. Up to 2 meters sa nalalabing seaboards ng Ilocos Region, seaboards ng northern Quezon, Camarines Norte, northern at eastern seaboard ng Catanduanes, northern Samar, eastern seaboards of Samar, Sorsogon at eastern Samar. So sa kasalukuyan, wala pa rin tayong nakataas na gale warning sa kahit na anong baybayin ng ating bansa. Pero as early as tomorrow, sa paglapit nga nitong si Marce, posible na tayong maglabas ng gale warning. At yan muna nga yung update natin kay Marce. Veronica Torres.
Okay, bakit mabilis magpaalam si Veronica Torres, si Torres, no? Okay. Parang magmamadali siya, no? Okay. Sige po. Ito po.
Ang programang Special Opinion Balita at Iba pa ay tumatalakay sa mga isyu pang kasalukuyan at napapanahon. Mapapolitika, mapaopinyon, mapakomentaryo at balita, ang programa ito'y patas sa lahat. Walang kinikilingan, walang kinakampihan, at walang pinapanigan ang programa ito. Ang programa ito ay public service sa kahanginan at trabaho lamang.
Female voice, male voice, lolly voice, monster voice.
Okay, one night sleep, election in America is continued. Okay. Okay, Kamala Harris lead in Pennsylvania. Early voting by 2 million votes. Pwede kasi sa kanila magboto ng mga gano. So, Kamala Harris. Okay, pakinggan natin po. Okay, itong update itong mga suki, no? Kamala Harris. Attorney Kamala Harris, no? Ayan.
Are you ready? Can I talk?
Yeah, what's
You
the
mind?
answer?
Do you mind?
I would like for you to answer the
Okay,
question.
it's very simple to
That's
answer.
why I asked it.
It's very simple to. You're a nasty person, I'll tell you.
Better off now than you were 4 years ago. Under Kamala, New Mexico has seen millions of people pour across your section of the southern border.
And the rate it's at right now, I just don't see it happening within the next 4 years if Kamala doesn't end up being president.
Nearly twice as many Democrats than Republicans have voted early in Pennsylvania, a swing state that played a pivotal role in the outcomes of the past two presidential elections. Tuesday, October 29th, marks Pennsylvania residents' last chance to request mail-in or absentee ballots. With more than 1.4 million early ballots cast, former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris are in a close race that could flip the state. Hey everyone, before we delve into today's video, let me ask you a question. Who is your favorite candidate in the upcoming election? Do you support the Vice President Kamala Harris or former President Donald Trump? If you are interested in more political contents, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel to follow the latest political updates. Race for Pennsylvania. Democrats dominate early voter turnout. Registered Democrats had returned 849,849 ballots as of Tuesday, compared to the 468,067 that registered Republicans have returned so far, according to state election data. Early voting data, however, only shows a person's party affiliation, not how they voted. Election officials need to process mail ballots before they can count them, an undertaking that varies by state. It often takes several days or weeks to finalize election results and certify a winner. Trump maintained a narrow lead over Harris Tuesday in Pennsylvania. That's according to the latest forecasts from News Nation's partners Decision Desk HQ, DDHQ, and The Hill, which predict Trump has a 51% chance of winning in the Keystone State. How are presidential election votes counted? Pennsylvania is home to 19 electoral votes, the most of any battleground state this election cycle, DDHQ noted. Pennsylvania has in fact a Republican presidential candidate by double digits since Richard Nixon in 1972. Trump narrowly carried the state by 0.7% in 2016, but lost his hold on Pennsylvania to Biden in the 2020 election. Ronald Reagan was the last Republican to win the state's electoral votes twice. Here's a closer look at Pennsylvania's early voter turnout as of Tuesday morning. Total ballots returned, 1,473,825. Democratic, 849,849. Republican, 468,067. Other, 155,909. Total mail-in ballots returned, 1,435,280. Democratic, 831,501. Republican, 452,875. Other, 150,904. Total absentee ballots returned, 38,545. Democratic, 18,348. Republican, 15,192. Other, 5,005. Pennsylvania poll, Harris and Trump tied an Arizona-thin election. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are locked in a tight race in the key battleground state of Pennsylvania, with Real Clear Politics data showing Trump holding a slim 0.7% lead, 48.2% to Harris's 47.5%. Nationally, however, the vice president has a slight edge in polling averages. On November 5th, Americans will decide who will succeed President Joe Biden. Back in 2020, Biden narrowly won Pennsylvania, edging out Trump by just 80,555 votes, a margin of 1.17% according to the Post. Kamala Harris wins key swing state. ABC accidentally airs election results, apologizes. ABC affiliate WNEP-TV accidentally aired election results showing Vice President Kamala Harris winning Pennsylvania, just a week before Election Day. The graphic, which showed VP Harris's win with 52% of the vote over Republican challenger Donald Trump's 47%, popped up during the station's Sunday coverage of the Formula One Mexico Grand Prix, sparking a wave of online conspiracy theories and criticism for the network. Those numbers should not have appeared on the screen, and it was an error by WNEP that they did. The broadcast station reportedly told Daily Mail about the glitch. The broadcaster clarified the slip-up that caused a stir on social media, explaining that the numbers aired were purely randomly generated test results with no connection to actual vote counts. The numbers seen on the screen were randomly generated test results sent out to help news organizations make sure their equipment is working properly in advance of election night, they added. They emphasized that Pennsylvania law prohibits mail-in ballots from being opened until Election Day morning, with no votes counted until polls close at 8 p.m. Adding to their statement, WNEP expressed regret over the incident, apologizing for the confusion, and assuring viewers that measures are in place to prevent a recurrence. The cheating game is on, one user posted, accusing ABC of bias. Another chimed in, ABC is rigging it for the Democrats, revoke their license. A third wrote, I'm screenshotting this, and if the same thing shows up on November 5th, we'll talk. ABC has faced major backlash this election season, with critics accusing the network of leaning toward Democratic perspectives, especially during the recent Harris-Trump debate, where some viewers felt the moderators showed Harris undue favor. Pennsylvania's 19 voting spots are really important in the fight to hit the 270 mark needed to win the Electoral College. The 538 presidential prediction says Pennsylvania is going to be super close, with Trump tipped to win about half the time. What to expect in Pennsylvania on Election Day? Pennsylvania voters are almost sure to play a pivotal role in the November 5th general election, with control of the White House and both chambers of Congress and the state legislature in the balance. With its 19 electoral votes, the Commonwealth is the largest prize among the battleground states and an important piece of both campaigns' path to victory. Both Democratic Vice President Kamala Harris, Republican former President Donald Trump, and their running mates have made frequent visits to the state since becoming their party's nominees, including events in Allentown, Scranton, State College, Harrisburg, and others in the final week of October. Harris and Trump met for the first time in Philadelphia at their sole debate in September. Pennsylvania was one of 3 blue wall swing states that went narrowly for Trump in 2016, after almost 30 years of voting for Democratic presidential candidates. The others were Michigan and Wisconsin. 4 years later, Democrat Joe Biden won all 3 states back for Democrats with a margin in Pennsylvania of about 80,000 votes out of more than 6.9 million votes cast. The states remain key electoral prizes this year. In the U.S. Senate race, Democratic incumbent Bob Casey seeks a 4th term against Republican Dave McCormick. Casey, the son and namesake of a former 2-term governor, has one of the most recognizable names in state politics. But this year, he faces what has shaped up to be the toughest race of his Senate career. The seat is critical to Democratic hopes of keeping control of the narrowly divided chamber. McCormick, a former hedge fund CEO and Army combat veteran, ran for Pennsylvania's other U.S. Senate seat in 2022, but lost the GOP nomination to Mehmet Oz, who went on to lose to Democrat John Fetterman. Further down the ballot, a handful of competitive races could play a role in determining control of the U.S. House. In the 7th Congressional District, Democratic U.S. Representative Susan Wild seeks a fourth full term against Republican Ryan McKenzie. In the neighboring 8th Congressional District, Democratic U.S. Representative Matt Cartwright seeks a 7th term against Republican Robert Bresnahan. The 7th District in eastern Pennsylvania narrowly went for Biden in 2020, while voters in the 8th District, which includes Biden's hometown of Scranton, preferred Trump. In the race to control the state legislature, Democrats are defending the razor-thin state House majority they won in 2022 for the first time in 12 years and have since successfully defended in several special elections. All 203
Daming,
state House seats and half the 50 state
mensahe
Senate
ba?
seats are up for election this
Hindi
year.
ko masagot.
Republicans have a majority in the state Senate. Randall Butler, a youth basketball coach who introduced Harris, said the election was in the fourth quarter. "We cannot get tired," she said. "We cannot get complacent." Harris and Tim Walz, the Minnesota governor who is her running mate, are expected to visit all 7 battleground states in the coming days, part of a final blitz before the election. When will Pennsylvania declare its election result? Pennsylvania is arguably the most important individual race in the election, offering both candidates a pathway to the 270 Electoral College votes needed to secure the White House. Both the Democrats and Republicans have blanketed the Keystone State in the lead-up to Election Day, making around 50 pit stops over the past 3 months, the most of any of the 7 key swing states. The race is on a knife edge, with Donald Trump leading Kamala Harris by an average of 0.34%, according to Telegraph polling data. And with 19 Electoral College votes up for grabs, the most of any battleground state, whoever wins Pennsylvania will have the clearest path to the White House. How much can early voting data tell us? Ahead of election night, early voting may provide some indication of which way Pennsylvania is expected to tilt. Although registered Democrats traditionally hold a narrow advantage when it comes to early voting,
Dami
the
pumapasok
number of
ng
Republicans
mensahe ba?
casting their ballots early has surged across Pennsylvania and other swing states in a potential boost for Trump. What time are the exit polls released? One of the earliest indications for who will win on the night will be the exit poll. However, not all of its projections will be released immediately by TV networks, even after polls have closed and the votes that will decide the next president are being tallied. Pennsylvania is also one of 7 states, 4 of which are swing states, that do not allow election workers to begin processing absentee or mail ballots until 7 a.m. on election day. As a result, election workers must count these ballots at the same time as polls open, which can cause delays in unofficial results being available. The official Pennsylvania state website will update federal and state election results starting from 8 p.m. on election night. The State Department has warned that results of some races may not be known on election night, as election officials prioritize making sure each ballot is counted accurately and securely. Given the closeness of the presidential race and the state's experience in recent elections, it is unlikely that Pennsylvania will be called on the night. What happened in previous years? Having voted Democrat in every election from 1988 until
Female
2012,
voice.
the Keystone State turned red in 2016
Male
when Trump
voice.
bested Hillary Clinton by a margin of just 0.8%.
Lolly voice.
The state was called for Trump at
Monster
1:35
voice.
a.m. ET the morning after the election, with Trump's overall victory declared at 2:29 a.m. ET. When Joe Biden recaptured Pennsylvania from Trump in 2020 in a razor-tight race, the state was left on tenterhooks for 4 days. Because of demands for a recount, it took until 11:25 a.m. on the Saturday for media outlets to call the race, and it proved to be the decisive blow that won Mr. Biden the White House. As Mr. Biden had already clinched victory in the blue wall states of Michigan and Wisconsin, his narrow victory in Pennsylvania pushed him beyond the 270 votes needed to win the presidency. Despite losing by about 80,000 votes, Trump has continued to claim he won the race in Pennsylvania, and election officials are bracing for further conspiracy theories this year ahead of another anticipated delay. That window of time between the polls closing and races being called, I think, has shown to be a real vulnerability, where people seeking to undermine confidence in those results, if they're going to lose, have really exploited, Al Schmidt, Pennsylvania's top election official, told CBS. Trump and his allies ramp up election fraud allegations in Pennsylvania. former President Donald Trump and his allies are seizing on routine election processes as signs of fraud in the critical battleground state of Pennsylvania, amplifying allegations, videos, and litigation around purported voting irregularities, even as local election officials push back. The playbook is familiar. Like in 2020, Trump's campaign is spreading viral videos of supposed wrongdoing and promising its eager supporters a legal showdown, which experts fear could be used to contest the results of the election if he loses. Trump supporters spread videos on Tuesday of long lines in Buck County, Pennsylvania, where voters were waiting to request a mail ballot in person. One social media post from Trump campaign political director James Blair said a line in one area was shut down early, around 2:30 p.m. This is suppressive and intimidating, Blair wrote in a post on X, seen by 1.8 million people. Elon Musk, the owner of X and a Trump supporter, replied, "Why are they doing this?" Pennsylvania doesn't offer in-person early voting. Election officials allow voters to request, fill out, and return their mail ballots in person at the county elections office, casting a mail ballot early. As long lines have formed, officials have been shutting down the line mid-afternoon so that the office can close as scheduled at 5 p.m. Bucks County spokesman James O'Malley said Tuesday, because the law didn't require county offices to stay open late like a polling site. Republican National Committee Chairman Michael Whatley told a cheering crowd Tuesday night at a Trump campaign rally in Allentown that the party was going to court over the issue. By Wednesday afternoon, Whatley and RNC co-chair Lara Trump were celebrating victory on a call with reporters after a judge said the county had indeed violated the law and that in-person mail ballot applications could continue for 3 additional days through Friday. Nate Persley, an election law professor for NBC News and a Stanford Law School professor, said the Trump campaign is laying the legal groundwork to contest the election if Vice President Kamala Harris wins. The campaign is putting down markers to preserve arguments for a potential contest of the election, he said. It's also preparing the public for the likely charges that the election was defective and corrupt, or maybe I should say rigged. The Trump campaign had dozens of lawsuits tossed in courts across the country after the 2020 election, with claims ranging from dead voters to hacked voting machines. In Wisconsin, Trump courts garbage outrage, while Harris courts students. Trump and his supporters have pointed to other incidents in Pennsylvania in recent days to advance a narrative of election fraud. Trump claimed on Monday night that there were thousands of fake ballots and fraudulent mail ballot applications in 2 Pennsylvania counties, Lancaster and York. His claims exaggerated Lancaster County
Marunong na rin sila
officials
mandaraya,
had
no?
uncovered and rejected hundreds of fraudulent voter registration applications, and that other counties were seeing similar applications.
Natuto sa Pilipino.
York County officials have said they are reviewing a large batch of voter registration and mail ballot applications, but have so far declined to offer more details. Really bad stuff. What is going on in Pennsylvania? Law enforcement must do their job immediately. Wow. Trump wrote on Truth Social. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro responded to the post on X, writing that Trump is using the same playbook to stoke chaos he did 4 years ago. Hear me on this. We will again have a free and fair, safe, and secure election, and the will of the people will be respected, posted Shapiro, a Democrat. Stay tuned for more political updates by subscribing to our channel.
Ayan po, tapos na po mga suki, no? Ang narrative po, report po ng taga-US ito mga suki, no? Ayan.
Ang programang Administration Opinion Balita at iba pa ay tumatalakay sa mga isyu pang kasalukuyan at napapanahon. Mapapolitika, mapaopinyon, mapakomentaryo at balita, ang programa ito ay patas sa lahat. Walang kinikilingan, walang kinakampihan, at walang pinapanigan ang programa ito. Ang programa ito ay public service sa kahanginan at trabaho lamang.
magaling mag-report ito, no?
Female voice, male voice, lolly voice, monster voice.
Okay, sandali lang. Hanapin natin anong susunod. Ayan. Okay, sabi po ni Pastor Kibuloy, Apollo Kibuloy, okay, dapat bang malaman ng taong bayan kung saan napunta ang budget ng bawat mambabatas kada taon? Dapat Pastor Kibuloy, lahat, pati mga mayor, gobernador, dapat nakakuan yan naka-paskil, okay, nakakuan sa mga papers, ano bang tawag yan, yung pag bumisita ko sa mga LGU, ay punta ka sa bulletin board nila, doon na nakalagay kung saan po yung mga budget ng local government unit, no? Okay. So, dapat ito ay naka-open, okay, sa mga designated mga district office ng mga bawat mambabatas, no? Okay, para mabusisi na saan napunta ang pondo po ng bawat mga member po ng House of Representatives, no? Okay. Dapat may karapatan ng itong mga taong bayan ay mag-scrutiny ng mga pondo ng bayan, no? Ayan. So, hindi po pera nila yan pera natin yan para sa taong bayan. Okay. Okay, may appeal ako, sinulat ko kanina, no? Okay, meron akong appeal kay COMELEC, appeals, maraming appeals, kay COMELEC Chairman George Garcia, dapat karoon po ng gun ban na, no? Okay, dapat magkaroon ng gun ban. Okay, gun, mali pa yung hindi nasulat ang ban, no? Gun ban ito sa Bangsamoro Government Region. Okay, sa observation ko, magmula kanina ay may mga sukbit pa rin ng baril po sa mga ground, mga suki, no? Okay, dapat ito magkaroon ng gun ban. Okay, COMELEC Chairman, kung nakikinig ka, okay, Garcia, ay gumawa ka na ng hakbang, no? Okay. Kasi filing na po ng Certificate of Candidacy. Okay, dapat ay mapangalagaan po ang mga mag-file, no? Okay. Strong presence po ng police, PNP at saka Armed Forces of the Philippines, mga suki, no? Armed Forces of the Philippines. Ayan. Okay. Magkaroon ba ng mga checkpoint para walang makadala po ng mga baril sa COMELEC, mga suki, no? Ayan. So, sige. Okay. Dapat tayo na gagawin po ni COMELEC Chairman, okay, George Garcia, no? Okay, nawala na po ang magaling singer. Ito si Quincy John, no? Magaling ito kumanta. Wala na po, mga suki, si Quincy Jones, no? yung African-American singer, magaling na kumanta, no? Magandang mga composition niya. Okay, itong si Quincy John, wala na, namatay na po. Lahat po may hangganan, no? Okay, music, Titans, Quincy Jones dies age of 91, no? Okay, mahabang buhay niya. Sige po mga suki, no? Washington DC, music industry, Titan, Quincy Jones, who produced some of a Michael Jackson best known album, and okay, collaborated with legends including Frank Sinatra and a Count Basie has died at the age of 91, no? Mahaba rin ang buhay ni Quincy Jones. Ayan po mga suki. Mga sikat na musician mga suki, no? Si
Ang programang All Special Opinion Balita at iba pa ay tumatalakay sa mga isu pang kasalukuyan at napapanahon. Mapapolitika, mapaopinyon, mapakomentaryo at balita, ang programa ito ay patas sa lahat. Walang kinikilingan, walang kinakampihan, at walang pinapanigan ang programa ito. Ang programa ito ay public service sa kahanginan at trabaho lamang.
okay, tatakbo man ang Vice President nito si aling Senadora Amy Marcos. Okay, pumupurma na raw na. Whisper from the insiders, Amy Marcos for 2028. Kaya pala abala si Quezon de Kilay, tatakbong BP, kaya pala nagsisimula. Okay na rin pumuporma po si Madam Amy Marcos, no? Ayan, yan po ang ayan. Ano itong na-take down ito mga suki, no? Okay, totoo, minomonitor na tayo ni Met4 IFB. Meron na isang post na take down. Ito ay patungkol sa Hong Tipaklong guest. Okay, Hong Tipaklong guest. Okay, Filipinenses. Okay. Bakit na take down? Okay. Huwag naman mag-take down ng mga balita, mga sukin, no? Okay. Bakit mo i-take down po ang mga news kung tama naman ang balita, mga sukin, no? Magsagot kayo, may mga email, may mga text naman. Okay, may mga lines sa text naman. Merong pwede kayo mag-response mga suki, no? Okay, believe ako kay Saldico kung gaano siya kaliit. Ganon naman, okay, kalaki ng yaman at pondo. Maraming komentaryo sa mga news, no? Ayan. Okay, sa Mindanaoan News. Okay, bakit mayaman ba si Saldico? Okay. Kontratista po mga suki, no? Okay, kontratista. Okay. Sige po, sandali lang, no?
Ang programang All Special Opinion Balita at iba pa ay tumatalakay sa mga isu pang kasalukuyan at napapanahon. Mapapolitika, mapaopinyon, mapakomentaryo at balita, ang programa ito ay patas sa lahat. Walang kinikilingan, walang kinakampihan, at walang pinapanigan ang programa ito. Ang programa ito ay public service sa kahanginan at trabaho lamang.
Okay, kanina po natunghayan ko mag-file po ng sa District 3 MP itong si mga Hataman family, no? Abrar Hataman. Okay, Abrar Hataman, no? Kung ako lang siya Abrar. Okay, magandang mga kurso niya pinag-aralan pati sa US. Okay, hindi na lang kung magpasok sa politika mga suki, no? Dapat siya ay mag-career, okay, sa mga pumasok siya sa mga corporation mga suki, no? Okay, LaSalle graduate and then MTIT sa US, Massachusetts technology, sikat sa US. Okay, hindi na lang kung magpasok sa politika mga suki. Okay, dapat mag-career siya, no? Okay, sa mga corporation, sa mga malaking negosyo. Okay, dapat doon siya mag-apply, no? Ayan. Yung isa rin na si ano ba, Kandarbi, Hataman din, nag-file din ng ano ba, board member o pagka-MP? Okay, mga Hataman din mga suki, no? Okay. Yan. Oh, may puna na nga kay basahin natin, no, kay Senate President Hontiveros. Hontiveros. Sorry po. Jesus Escudero, no? Kasi Hontiveros, Jesus Escudero mga suki, no? Okay, when leadership fails. Okay, Jesus Escudero alliance with the enemies of the nation. Ayan. Editorial ito mga suki, no? Okay, in the Philippine politics where action often speak louder than hollow words. Okay, Senate President Francis Escuderos recent comment serve as a glaring reminder of his disconnect from the urgency of real leadership. Okay, for a country grappling with an embedded drug menace and a justice system that move at a glacial pace. Pace hindi mukha, no? P-A-C-E. Escudero's preachy insistence on the due process not only betray his lack of political resolve, but also exposes his disturbing alliance with forces that thrive on lawlessness and chaos. Okay, this is not a visionary leader. This is a man of a tethered, okay, to the interest of the drug syndicates, hiding behind platitudes of due process to mask his impotence in the face of a criminal threats. Escudero's attack on former President Rodrigo Duterte's strong stance against criminals epitomizes his misplaced priorities. Okay, rather than acknowledging Duterte's intent to shield law-abiding citizen from a violent and emboldened criminals underworld, no? Escudero choose, okay, to pontificate on civilly and selectively, okay, wielding due process as if it were an end it itself, an end in itself. Okay, rather than a tool within a broader mission of governance, he is to ready, okay, to lecture Duterte on lawful processes, yet, okay, glaringly silent when syndicates and cartels, okay, terrorize the lives of ordinary Filipinos, okay, who suffer, okay, daily from a radical system that fails. Hindi radical, no? Okay, from a judicial system that fails, okay, to protect them. Ayan po mga suki, no? As long a standing figure in the Philippine politics, Escudero's record in okay, is barren of significant accomplishment, is combating crime, or standing up to the criminal interests. Okay, instead, he has, okay, prepared a career defined by serving rhetoric. Okay. Peddling a well-practiced, okay, of a balagtasan style that in the end, okay, does nothing but also through the empty corridors of Congress. His recent statement that Duterte should not, okay, assume a monopoly of a sympathy, monopoly on sympathy, okay, for a crime victim in particularly distasteful, implying that his abstract, okay, understanding of suffering is something comparable in Duterte's, okay, commitment for action. Ayan po mga suki, no? Basahin natin bago tayo mag-close, no? Escudero alignment with Marcos dynasty, the very powers that he, okay, the purportedly stands against is a further testament to his, okay, malleable loyalties. Malleable loyalties while he claimed to champion justice and order, his action tell a different story. Napakalit po ang letra, no? Pasensya kayo. His Senate leadership has made firm nothing more than a polite face of for a status quo that placates the very criminals Duterte sought to dismantle in truth. Ayan po mga suki. Escudero, allegiance, that has not with the Filipino, people, but with the political elites, who benefits from a government that, diters and delay rather than acts. Yan po ang komentaryo ito, no? Ayan. Okay, dalawang paragraph na lang, no? Okay, in a country where criminal syndicates and the drug lord operate with near impunity, a chief executive like Duterte understood, nasaan na yun? Wala na po masukin na. Ayaw basahin, no? Ito na. Understood, no? Okay. Saan na yun understood, mga sukin, no? Okay. Ito. Ulitin lang natin basahin itong first second to the last paragraph, no? In a country where a criminal syndicate and a drug lord, operate with near impunity, a chief executive like Duterte understood, that the real leadership demands a proactive stance once that the priorities, the safety of citizens over comfort of criminals. Escudero, however, remain oblivious to this necessity, no? To this necessity, preparing a tepid, napakalit naman ito, no? Tepid legalism, over over decisive governance, a stance on due process may shoot his political image, but leaves millions of Filipinos unprotected, then a safety held hostage by his amply political calculation, mga suki, no? In the end, Francis Escudero, brand of leadership over nothing, to a nation craving security and strength, while he may brand himself a man of principle, his unwillingness okay, to confront real dangers to public safety renders him a more accessory to the criminal. Okay? Under Karen, he claimed to announce as he pontificate about activity and lawfulness, he failed. Okay, in the one duty of leader owes his people, mga suki, no? Okay, so tapos na po ang banat po. Okay, editorial po kay Senate President Duterte, mga suki, no? Okay, so palagay ko tapos na ang balita natin. Mag-close na tayo, no? Ayan.
Ang programang All Special Opinion Balita at iba pa ay tumatalakay sa mga isu pang kasalukuyan at napapanahon. Mapapolitika, mapaopinyon, mapakomentaryo at balita, ang programa ito ay patas sa lahat. Walang kinikilingan, walang kinakampihan, at walang pinapanigan ang programa ito. Ang programa ito ay public service sa kahanginan at trabaho lamang.
Ayan po, mga suki, tapos na ang balita natin. Ito na po, mga suki, no? Mahirap po basahin ang letra mali. Napakalit na kanina, no? Okay, basta at least na-deliver natin.
Female voice, male voice, lolly voice, monster voice.
Okay. So, yan po ang sandali. Ay hanapin natin ang sound, no? Okay, so hanggang dito na po ang termination ng programa natin sa gabing ito. Tapos na po ang programa natin. Okay, mga suki-suki natin. Okay, hindi po bumitaw. Okay, sa ating programa, no? Okay, maraming salamat sa pagsunod ng ating mga programa natin, no? Okay. So, tapos na po dito sa programa natin, Consolidated News natin. Okay, sa gabing ito. Okay, magmula po sa tahanan ng ADLSN TV News Online. Dito po sa News Center po ng Zamboanga City, no? So, ayan. Okay, sa mahigit isang dekada na programa natin sa halo-halo special opinion, balita at iba pa, no? Okay, kasama po serbisyo publiko, tinig ng mamamayan at saka ugnayan sa mamamayan. And then, binalik natin po yung mga information sa mamamayan. Okay, para at least aware sila po mga tagasunod natin. Okay, yung magmamahal po sa programa natin, no? Okay, hindi natin baguhin ito. Okay, basta meron na dapat punahin mga suki, no? Kung meron dapat i-praise natin yung mga kabutihan ginawa nila, ganun din. In-admire natin po mga suki, no? Yung kabutihan, mga gawain, okay, ng mga public servant, okay, kahit individual, pinupuri natin mga suki, no? Okay, hanggang dito na. Wala tayong masamang tinapay. So, there you are. Wala tayong masamang tinapay sa mga programa natin, sa balita natin. Ayan. Paalam tayo. This has been Abs Damahan lang sa gabi po ng Monday. No, bye-bye na. Balik naman tayo bukas ng umaga. Sige. Salamat.
Ang Buron Special Opinion Balita at iba pa ay tumatalakay sa mga isyu pang kasalukuyan at napapanahon. Mapapolitika, mapaopinyon, mapakomentaryo at balita, ang programa ito ay patas sa lahat. Walang kinikilingan, walang kinakampihan, at walang pinapanigan ang programa ito. Ang programa ito ay public service sa kahanginan at trabaho lamang.